beloveds. I had a good day in the park today. I also have 2 cats in here. One up on the hot pad and one down in the sunbeam. There were 3 cats a minute ago, but I guess Foster got bored. So I don't know that any of them will make a cameo, but we'll see. So I had a good day in the park. I am doing the Sunday service tomorrow, and my notes are kind of all over there. And I have the best partner in the world. So one, he puts up with going to the park at a ridiculously early hour on Saturday, and then while I have the day off to do what I'm going to do, he has to go to work. So we get up extra early, and he puts up with it. But he said, so what are you talking about tomorrow? Is that what you're going to do today? And I said, oh yeah, no, I've got my notes. I need to organize my notes. So I started talking about it. And then as I'm talking about it, I'm like, oh, well that's, oh. And so I'm putting notes in my phone, on my note app. And then we get to the end, and I'm trying to figure out, he says, well, that's 3 different talks. And I said, no, it's all one talk. It's 3 different points. So we talked about that for a minute. And then I was like, I wonder if I can make an acronym out of my 3 points. And I was not doing a very good job. And he said, oh, no. So he gave me the middle one. So now I have an acronym too. Thanks to my partner. And a good walk in the park. That's one of the reasons why one of my go-tos is go for a walk. Because amazing things happen when you go for a walk. I do my best, like meditating and talk prep when I go for a walk. So, and it's always a good idea to have somebody with me so that I don't fall when I'm taking notes on my phone as I'm walking. So, yeah, kind of a little bit clumsy there. So, he definitely helps keep me upright. Okay, and the squirrels were back to play. We saw the woodpeckers, but they weren't interested. So we think we know where their nest is going to be this year, which is really exciting. So we can watch for babies. But there were no blue jays. So, and I think I got a couple of really good squirrel picks. So we'll see. All right. That's going to be tomorrow. Looks like a really good one. Hope it doesn't change my talk. It might. Okay, but today our title, it is February 24th. Our title is Affirmations, and our author is Florence Scovel Shinn. This is from The Game of Life and How to Play It from 1925. So we've got affirmations, and she's going to tell us what they're for. So let's get through these, and then we'll talk about them. Okay. Affirmations. For prosperity, God is my unfailing supply, and large sums of money come to me quickly under grace in a perfect way. For right conditions, only that which is true of God is true for me, for the Spirit and I are one. For faith, as I am one with God, I am one with my good, for God is both the giver and the gift. I cannot separate the giver from the gift. For health, divine love floods my consciousness with health, and every cell in my body is filled with light. For eyesight, my eyes are God's eyes. I see with the eyes of spirit. I see clearly the open way. There are no obstacles in my pathway. I see clearly the perfect plan. For guidance, I am divinely sensitive to my intuitive leads and give instant obedience to thy will. For hearing, my ears are God's ears. I hear with the ears of spirit. I am non-resistant and willing to be led. I hear glad tidings of great joy. For right work, I have perfect work in a perfect way. I give perfect service for perfect pay. For freedom from all bondage, I cast this burden on the Christ within, and I go free. If you're not familiar with Florence Scovel Shinn, I encourage you to look her up. I encourage the book, The Game of Life and How to Play It is not a big book. It is not a big book, and it is a very good book. we've done at least 2 workshops. Reverend Arthur did an amazing workshop at Creative Life. It's been a few years on that book, and other people have done workshops on it too. It's just, it lends itself to that. And so now, what you want to remember about affirmations is they should be short, punchy, easily repeatable, and they should move you. Okay? So if any of those moved you, then please, that's why she wrote them. Use them. Take them as your own. If everything about it was like, right, but one word, then change that word. Or if it's close to it, then use your own word. You always want to use words that move you. Because there was one in here where I changed the word. Because that word that she used didn't move me. It comes to me, it comes out of me being gender neutral. When I do these readings, I want these readings to be gender neutral. And so, so I changed the word. And that's, and you can do that with any of them. And it's also, there were several of them where you could also use them both metaphorically and, literally. What's the word? What's the opposite word for minute? Literally. So one of them, like the one for eyesight and the one for hearing, I can literally treat for my eyes and my eyesight and my hearing, or I can metaphorically treat that I'm seeing with spirit, that I'm seeing through God's eyes. I'm seeing spiritually. I'm seeing clearly spiritually. It's like, okay, do I want to see the path that I'm literally walking, or do I want to see my spiritual path more clearly? So, they can be used both metaphorically, metaphysically, spiritually, or like literally. And I also, one of the other ones that I really appreciated was when she was talking about health. The one for health, she said, divine love floods through every cell in my body and fills it with light. Okay, divine love. What is the most healing power on earth? Well, love, with laughter right behind it. Last night when we were talking in our group, we talked about the sacredness of laughter, how important laughter is. And there's, the interesting thing about it is there's good research on laughter being the best medicine. Laughter being, go watch a funny movie, go watch a funny, and that's one of those things. It's like when I don't feel good, when I don't feel good, or spiritually when I don't feel good, I'm gonna go and choose something with a happy ending, and generally something pretty funny, because I will feel better, both physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I'll feel better, and so I love that she chose divine love. And affirmations, like, you can use them every day. You can use them. One of those things, I talk occasionally about physical anchors. I wear a set of mala beads, which I don't have on because I'm in my sanctuary. I'm in my safe place. So when things get a little, as they can outside, I'm an introvert. People don't believe me because I'm that ambivert. It's like I can pretend to be an extrovert for the amount of time that I need to, but I really am an introvert. So when I walk outside my front door, the mala beads help me when things kind of get a little bit more than I am prepared to handle. The mala beads are that physical anchor. Like I can look down and go, oh, no. It's all God. It's all God. It'll be okay. Okay. I can also use them. And that's one of the things that affirmations can be very helpful with. Mala beads is a set of prayers. In this case, it's 108. The rosary is the same thing. It's a set of prayer beads. And there's other ways to do it. I think, I don't know if they still do, but I know because, so the Hindus created the prayer beads, the Buddhists took them to 108. The Muslims used knotted string as to count prayers, and then then the Catholics got it from the Muslims, and then they created the rosaries. So all of them are basically prayer beads. And so one of the things that you can do is you can choose an affirmation and use the prayer beads that you have to do your affirmation. And that's one of the things that I will do. Like if I find myself a little, and especially in a place where I can't be that way, then I can choose an affirmation that will fit, and then I can use the prayer beads. Do I need 108? Sometimes I need like 5 or 6, and that will give me that moment so that I can calm myself down, pull myself back together, and get myself back centered, in the spirit. And so that is the power of affirmations. And as I said, when I first started talking, after reading the affirmations, they should be short, they should be punchy, they should move you. So if her affirmations move you, then please, that's why she wrote them down. She wants to give you a tool. If you need to change the words, then change the words. Use words that speak to you. And phrase them how you like. And she went through it. Like that one for prosperity. I don't know that it doesn't speak to me. And yet, if I was job hunting, this one for right work, I have perfect work in a perfect way. I give perfect service for perfect pay. I love that. I would use that in the job that I have, which, or if I was looking for work, that would be a great affirmation. Everything about that just speaks to me. Guidance. I am divinely sensitive to my intuitive leads and give instant obedience to thy will. Okay, so the first half of it I'm down with. The second half's a little bit, I'm divinely sensitive to my intuitive leads. All right, what kind of guidance do we want? Do we want spiritual guidance or do we want material guidance? Well, here's the interesting thing. Almost all of your spiritual guidance will come through material means. You can pray for spiritual guidance. And sometimes you'll hear the answer. Literally, you'll hear the answer. But most of the time, that's not how it works. Most of the time what happens is you'll pray for that inner guidance, and then you go and you have this conversation with a friend, and the friend says what it was that you needed to hear. Or you'll be watching TV and a commercial will come on, and the commercial will tell you what you need to hear. So when we pray for spiritual guidance, what we've got to remember is 9 times out of 10, that spiritual guidance is going to come through material means. But we got to be paying attention. So intuitive leads. So, which leads me back to the affirmation on hearing. All right. My ears are God's ears. I hear with the ears of spirit. I am non-resistant and willing to be led. I hear glad tidings. I hear glad tidings of great joy. Okay? And it's the same thing with the eyesight. So all 3 of them can lead me to divine guidance by being willing to hear. And to hear with the ears of spirit. That's also one that I might consider using if I was going into a practitioner session. If I'm working, and now here's the thing. We walk into practitioner sessions a lot more often than we think we do, because sometimes what people need is just somebody to listen to them. They need to be heard. And so that would be an affirmation that I might use before I go do a practice session. It's like, let me hear what is on their heart. Because sometimes when we go into practitioners, a lot of times when we go into practice sessions, we don't necessarily know what we want. We just know what we don't want. And so, when you get that really good practitioner who hears your heart, then they can help you turn that around and really get at what it is that you really want in a good practitioner, in a good prac session. That's the power of a good practitioner. And sometimes, like I said, you just need to be heard. Well, Practitioners, we're taught how to listen. We're taught how to listen. So, all right. So, affirmations. This is an excellent class on creating affirmations. If they speak to you, use them. The other thing that I would tell you is there's nothing that you can't create a affirmation about. Okay? There's nothing you can't create an affirmation about. There's nothing too big. There's nothing too small. One of the times when people, when students are going through practitioner training, they have each semester or quarter, whatever they're called, because there's 6 of them, Prac 1 and Prac 2. They have to go to a different practitioner and have a prac session. One, stuff comes up while you're in practitioner training. 2, it also gets them to meet, and why they have to go to different practitioners, so that you can see the various styles of practitioners. Everybody does it differently, and there's no one way to do practitioners. There's no one way to be a practitioner. I was gonna say there's no wrong way to be a practitioner, but I would be wrong about that. So let's not do that. Where was I going with practitioners? Oh no, I just lost my point. Affirmations. You know, I got off onto the different ways of practitioner. I don't know. Whatever that point was, it's gone. Guess I didn't need to say it. All right. Okay. So, but what I was talking about was affirmations. Wow. Y'all treat for me that I don't do this tomorrow, but I'll have notes tomorrow, so no big thing. All right, so affirmations. I commend them to you. I encourage you to use them. I encourage you to, oh, that's what it was. There's nothing too big or too small. So because sometimes the practice students would come and they would go, well, but there's nothing going on in my life. Everything's good. And I'm like, good. Let's treat for more of that. Or maybe there's just like, they needed their garage door replaced, you know? Well, that's okay. We can treat for that too. We can treat for the mundane stuff just as easily as we can treat for the spiritual stuff. And you don't have to have something going wrong to use affirmations. Everything is going well, and I just want to keep it going. This or something better. This or something better. Okay? That affirmations can be used for absolutely anything. Absolutely anything. So, that's the point that I got lost on. You know, there's a lot going on in my head some days. Okay. It's proof that we're human too. Regardless of what some people, it's like at work, people will go ask Lisa, she knows everything. No, I don't know everything. I do know a lot. And more importantly, I know that I don't know, but I know where I can go look. So, all right. It's like, if I don't have the answer for you, I will do my darndest to get it for you, just so you know. And here's the cool thing. When it comes to spiritual answers, you already have the answers, all the answers you need within you. You just have to remember them. You know, I'm not going to tell you anything you don't already know. But what I can do is help you straighten out your thinking, help you clear up your thinking so that you can hear your own answers. Which is why I said the treatment for prosperity, the treatment for eyesight, the treatment for guidance, and the treatment for hearing can be done both literally and metaphorically. So the mission today, should we choose to accept it, write yourself an affirmation about absolutely anything. If you want to take one of Florence's, great, do that. And one of the best places to put a good affirmation is use a dry erase marker and write it on your mirror. Because then you guarantee you'll see it at least twice a day when you brush your teeth. Right before in the morning when you get up and brush your teeth, and at night before you go to bed when you brush your teeth. You'll see that affirmation. So that's a good place to do it. And then however many other times during the day that you see that mirror, you'll see that. Okay? I had an affirmation that I put on my door that I would see anytime I left my house. And it helped a whole lot. I don't have it it's not on my door anymore, but it was there until I didn't need it anymore. And so that's the best thing about affirmations. You use them until you don't need them anymore. Or you use them until you realize, hey, you know what? This isn't quite what, and then you can change them. And that's the beauty of affirmations. They are a tool, and they can be changed, and they can be updated. So that's the mission today, should we choose to accept it. Get yourself an affirmation. Post it somewhere where you'll see it a couple of times a day at least, and use it. All right? The other mission I give you is the same mission I give you every day, which is the spiritual practice of self-care. Do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself. Be it one thing, be it three things, be it all things. In the end, that's my goal. My goal is that everything you do for yourself and others is loving, kind, and compassionate. You are your own best test subject, which is why I encourage you to practice on yourself. But more importantly than that, you deserve your own love, you deserve your own kindness, you deserve your own compassion. So my jumping off points for loving, kind, and compassionate is to take a deep breath before you speak. Okay? Just all the way down, because it gives you time. That one deep breath will give you a chance to respond rather than react. Why is that important? There's a couple of reasons. One, generally, when you react, that's who you've been taught to be. But when you respond, that's who you authentically are. So don't beat yourself up about your first thought, okay? The other reason is because it's easier to not say something than to make amends for something you didn't mean to say. Take a deep breath before you speak. It is the most loving, kind, and compassionate thing you can do for yourself and everybody else. All right? The other ones, take a walk, take a nap, take a break. I mean them both literally and metaphorically. Take a walk. Go and get your blood moving. That is where I can really organize my thoughts for when I'm doing, like, whatever it is that I'm doing. Like, I have 2 Sunday talks to organize. Going to the park and walking helped me to stimulate those ideas and get those ideas on paper, so that now I'm going to email myself the note and organize my notes so that I make sense, so I don't sound like a crazy person tomorrow. But I also mean sometimes we just need to walk away from things or walk towards something new. Okay? It's not always about walking away. Sometimes it's walking towards something new. Take a nap. Okay. I literally mean take a nap. I love to take naps. Saturday and Sunday, the best thing about them is generally I get a nice good nap. And because I have cats, they will enforce the naps. They will come sit in my lap. They will purr. They will be warm. They will be heavy. And I will take a nap, whether I want to or not. But the naps also, it's a reminder to manage your stress levels, to rest. Okay? Turn yourself off and turn yourself back on again. It works for electronics. It'll work for you too. And then take a break. Okay. So do you need a vacation? You might need a vacation, but it's also take a break. Go do something else for a little while and come back. You'll come back with a fresh perspective. So, and then you'll also probably, while you're letting your mind rest on whatever it is you've been working on, while you're doing something else, the solution will naturally arise. Then you can come back and go, okay, I know what I'm doing here. So take a walk, take a nap, take a break. Loving, kind, compassionate. Okay? Practice on yourself. You deserve your own love, your own kindness, your own compassion. Okay. There's lots of other things that go into that. One of the things that I also like to say in that is to eat dessert first. Yes, I believe that chocolate is the first step to fixing everything. Yes, I understand not everybody likes chocolate, which is okay, because that's more for me. Kathy Mastriani, Reverend Kathy would totally agree with me there. It's okay if you don't like chocolate. That's more for me. So, but what it means is don't save the good stuff. Don't save the good stuff. Your life is a special occasion. Please treat it as such. Use the fancy, write in the fancy notebooks now. Use the good pens. Do the fun stuff. You know, go and wear the fancy clothes and do the fun stuff. Okay? Don't wait for a special occasion. Make the occasion special. All right? Take an ordinary Tuesday and make it extraordinary. You have the power to do that. All right? Don't save the good stuff. All right, and then the last one that falls into that loving, kind, and compassionate is joy. All right? If you watch the news, the news will tell you that the world is crazy. Then you walk out your front door and go, the world is not crazy. Parts of it are. All right? It does not matter what is going on in the world. It does not matter what is going on in your life. You deserve joy. Please make room for joy. The cat next to me purring is part of my joy. All right? And it is that internal joy, that God-centered joy, that spirit-centered joy, that's where happiness comes from. Happiness is an inside job. Okay? You get to create it for yourself. All right, beloveds. Doesn't mean you can't have the external stimuli, as in this great big orange cat purring next to me. But, okay, so now I'm going to leap forward into the rest of the general suggestions. Do something to engage your mind and your body, whatever that looks like for you today. Drink plenty of water. Hydration is super important. I'm almost reached for my water a minute ago, and I was like, well, I'm almost to that point, so I'll wait. It's not just plain water. There's trace minerals in here and lemon juice and a little stevia, because trace minerals don't taste good. Hydrate. Your body works better. Your skin looks better. Your brain works better when you are well hydrated. Drink plenty of water. And it is just as important to stay hydrated during the winter as it is in the summer for the same reasons. When the heat is running all the time, you get dehydrated. Okay? Just like in the heat of the summer, when you are sweating all the time, you get dehydrated. Drink plenty of water. Okay? Get that early in your day bright light. That was one of the best things about going to the park. When we got to the park, it was like 49 degrees in the park. But the sun was out. It was amazing. I like it when it's just cool enough that the sun feels good. You know, we don't get much of that, so we enjoy it as much as we can. But that early in your day, you need 5 to 10 minutes of bright light, and that will help to reset your circadian rhythms. You will have more energy during the day. You will sleep better at night. Okay, it is science. You can look it up. If you look up circadian, it starts with a C. But circadian rhythms, it's a natural hormone cycle. That 5 to 10 minutes of bright light will help. And if for whatever reason, if it's cloudy or that 7 to 9 in the morning is out of your schedule, artificial light will work too. If you're not getting enough light in your home, Google sun lamp or seasonal effect disorder lights. They're not expensive. Don't spend a whole lot of money on them. They can be very helpful. All right. That's my PSA. Mental health is very important to me. If you've watched any of these, you would know that. So and the sun lamp or the seasonal effect disorder light can be very helpful for your mental health. All right. Last one. I'm going to give you my own, this is my good for you. Self-care. It's an Ernest Holmes quote. Open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you that you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around us all the time. All right. What does that mean? So in the springtime, when you throw your windows open and you get that light, cool breeze across your forearms, that's what that quote reminds me of. And what it does is it reminds me of two things. One, it's all God. It is all God. If you break us down, if you break anything down to its most fundamental parts, quantum physics says is a photon. The question is it more than one photon, or is it literally just one photon that exists across space and time? We don't know. And that's the great thing. We don't know. But we're exploring it. So it's all God stuff. It's all God stuff. And that's really, when you stop and think about it, it should rock you back on your heels. It should rock you back on your heels. And then you also have the idea, and I'm going to quote Ernest Holmes again, heaven is not a locality. Okay? It is not a place we have to get to. It's a state of mind. It's a state of consciousness. Jesus said the kingdom of God is within you. All right? It's a state of mind. It's a state of consciousness. Once you learn that and learn to create that for yourself, one, nobody can take it away from you. State of grace. Two, any place can become heaven. And then it becomes a superpower. You get to be your own superhero. All right? Open the windows of your soul. How do you do that? Okay, there's a number of ways. Read sacred literature. Watch talks like this from any of the people who move your soul, who open your soul. Listen to sacred music. And in my opinion, almost all music is sacred. All right? I'm wearing a Goo Goo Dolls shirt. You know, that their music moves me. It helps me to create that heavenly mindset. Take classes. Find a community of like-minded people who you know can create that heavenly mindset and spend time in their company. Also, take Emma Curtis Hopkins' advice. Look for the good and praise it. Look for the good and praise it. Which also sounds like count your blessings. All right. For the month of February, I've been leaning into the idea of, and you can do it first thing in the morning, right before you go to bed, you know, or in the middle of the day when you need to pick up. Write down 3 things that you're grateful for. And then don't repeat them for a week. And if you can do it for a week, try and do it for the month. And February is short. So, you know, and so by the end of the month, you should have all of these things that you're grateful for. And again, size doesn't matter. Big things, little things are the best. Like folding a fitted sheet. Do you know how to fold a fitted sheet? I do. That's one of my good things. Then post the list somewhere that when you need to pick up, you have this list of good things. All right? It works. Trust me. That process works. Emma Curtis Hopkins. Okay? Again, Florence, Scovel, Shinn, or Emma Curtis Hopkins, Ernest Holmes. These people wrote stuff down that can help us create that heavenly mindset. All right. So, those are my suggestions for the day. You have your mission. I guess I'm at the social media part where I remind you we are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark, and I am the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on, so I commend them to you. The YouTube channels, there are thousands of hours of videos between the 2 channels. I've got almost 5 complete books, because we're getting really close to being finished with this, on my YouTube channel, which is the Running Rev Ryan. So go and subscribe and follow and like and share. And that is something that you can do to help us with the algorithms that cost you nothing more than a click. So please do that. All right, if you want to know what's going on with the center, then please email info@creativelife.org. That will get you on the constant contact. You get 1 email a week, and the hot links are hot. They will take you right to the information that you want or the person that can help you get it. So please check that out. All right. Now I'm at the part where I get to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonder-filled day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a loving day, a kind day, a compassionate day, an affirmations day, a right hearing day, a practicing day, a catter day. I have cats. A silly day, a restful day, a get stuff done day, an organize your notes day, a you got this girl day, or you got this guy day, or you got this day, or a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. You are a beloved child of God. Or as one of our authors said last month, you are a beloved expression of the divine. You are a brilliant light. You are a divine spark. You are spirit in motion. You are God in action. Or as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling. All right, beloveds. I need to wrap this up. It's Saturday, so I have no time limit, but you know. I am going to remind you, Reverend David will be on around 5 p.m. with you. I will be back with you around 9 a.m. tomorrow after I go to the gym. And then you get me again for the Sunday service. And the title is letting go of the good for something better, I think. So, and I got some ideas. So you can join us on Facebook Live, or you can catch it later on YouTube. All right, beloveds, take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.